Are you finally bored of all the social media platforms you can think of? Or are you just beginning to roll around the house and just thinking, what do I do?
Worry not, Mother of Riches is here to save you. Okay, fine. So today I'll be doing some book recommendations. Okay, I should just take it off. And okay, hello, and I'm Sanvedna. Welcome to Everything Plus Everything. Today I'm back with a few book recommendations. We have two types of book recommendations, and it's going to be psychological thrillers and young adults. So let's just dive into it. So, what are psychological thrillers? Psychological thrillers are basically books which are written in such a way that they play mind games on you, and when you read them, you are like, what the F just happened? So yeah, I personally call them the what the F books as well, and they are nasty and you're gonna love it. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Okay, so the first book which I have to recommend is Verity by Colleen Hoover. Basically writes romance, but this book is just, oh my god, it's like so opposite of her genre, but people, it's so well written. You will be like, okay, the ending is just so good. The second book which we have is The Silent Patient, and this book, the ending of this book, just, oh my god. I mean, I'm gonna say oh my god throughout this video a lot, because that is what happens when you read psychological thrillers. You just say, oh my god, what just happened? Because that's what psychological thrillers are for. So this book is about a psychiatrist who meets a patient who is actually a silent patient, as the name suggests, because she refuses to talk to the people, and she has committed a crime which isn't yet proved, but everybody believes that she's the criminal already. So but she refuses to speak, and it's just so complicated and messed up, and there are so many Greek references which just told me. I am a sucker for Greek mythology, and this book had a huge reference of the Greek mythology. It was just amazing. No spoilers here, but guys, this book, it's just 300 pages, and when the ending hits you, it's like, okay, I did not see that coming. So yeah, Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. Most of you know Gillian Flynn for Gone Girl, and I'm pretty sure that you already have watched it or read it, and it's amazing. But this book just left me fucking shook, and I was like, okay. It's about a nuclear family which somehow happens to be toxic. There is disappearance of the two little girls, and this book is just so freaking good. It keeps you so engaging. It's so freaking page turner, and you got to read this book. What we have is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Now, I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with this book, and I'm not very sure if I totally love it, if I totally hate it, because when the ending comes, it's like, okay, oh my god, that's tragic, but that's brutal, and it's just, it just makes you feel so emotional and so good at the same time, and so bad, and then it's like, I did not see that coming. It's such a great book, but it's good. It's brutally good. The book which I'm going to recommend today is My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. I do not have this book in the paperback form. I have it in the PDF form because I read it in quarantine when Amazon was not delivering me anything, so yeah. But this book is about a wife named Millicent and her husband, and there are so many murders and there are mystery going on, and the husband kind of feels like he doesn't know his wife. It's about secrets, compelling mysteries, and it's just so good. You see what I'm doing here? White, peace, feel good, red, psychological thriller, crime, blood. Okay, I don't know if you get it or not. Okay, fine, I did it. Okay, I felt it was cool, so I did it. Anyways, the first book which I'm going to recommend you guys is this Beauty. Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I just adore this book. This book is literally one of my favorite contemporary young adults, because this book has everything. It's psychological, it's poetic, it's feel good, and it's just the best young adult I've ever read, because it's set in a time lapse of 24 hours, and it's just about a girl, a boy, and the universe. I mean, everything about this book is so good, and Nicola Yoon literally she has written 2 books, and both of them are so good. The first one is Everything Everything, so yeah, read that as well. I don't have the next book to show you. It's Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell because I borrowed it from a friend and she gave it to me. She said it was so good and I read it and I was like, okay, this is amazing. I read it like 2 years before when I was in school, 2 or I guess 3 years ago when I was in school myself, and that book is just, oh, it's so cute and it's such a feel-good story. So yeah, if you like cute romances and feel-good stuff, go for Fangirl. The book which I'm going to recommend you is Dumpling by Julie Murphy. So this book is about an overweight teenage girl whose mother happens to be a former pageant queen. So as things happen and as a protest against her mother and to prove herself, this girl, Willarine, her name is Willarine, but her mother calls her Dumpling. That's why this entire name comes in. So this girl, Willarine, she herself enters a pageant contest, and this book is about that. And next again is one of my favorites again, because this book, Aristotle and Dante discovered the secrets of the universe. Oh, this book is so poetic and so good. It's like the writing style of this book is one of my favorite things about it, and it's about two boys, Aristotle and Dante, and it's an LGBTQ concept, and this book is just so freaking good. It makes you feel so good and everything about this is amazing. I read it recently and I'm so glad I read it. I just feel like why didn't I read it before, because it's really beautiful. So yeah, Aristotle and Dante. Because one more thing, even if I feel like everybody in the general spectrum can also relate to this book, and not just, you know, the LGBTQ community. Everybody can relate to this book because it's so well written. Next book is going to be Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. I read this book. I did not read this book actually. I listened to this book on Audible. It's about the Asian families, and there's this girl, Rachel too, who falls in love with the man called Nick. And Nick is actually from an insanely rich family, and Rachel had no clue about that. So the story is all about the crazy rich Asians, as the name suggests, and it's really engaging and it's really interesting to read. So if you're up for a fun, quirky and a crisp read, you can go for Crazy Rich Asians. I did not actually like the other two parts in this book, in this trilogy, but I did like the first one pretty much. So yeah. So this brings us to the end of the video. The reason why I wanted to include feel-good books and crime thrillers or psychological thrillers in the series was because I just felt like at this quarantine stage we are mostly, you know, either we are like, okay, everything is so monotonous, so boring, so for that phase you can definitely read psychological thrillers, and when you are, you know, kind of low and when you want to be uplifted, for that phase you can read our feel-good contemporaries. So yes, that was the motive of this video, and I hope you enjoyed my recommendations. If you have read any of them, or if you want to read any of them, or if you want to suggest me anything, comment down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.